Hi, hello, how are you? Amanda, Seint Artist. We're gonna do our makeup and I'm gonna talk about dry skin and how to apply this amazing hydrating cream-based 3D foundation to dry skin. What you need is a beauty blender. I recommend a beauty blender when you have dry skin because of Seint setting spray. This stuff is really good. One, it makes you want to go on a vacation because it smells like a pina colada. But two, it's super hydrating. So if you have dry skin, you want these together. And the reason is you can spray this up in the air and let it fall. It has, full disclosure, a terrible sprayer, but you can still spray it up and let it fall. But if you have really dry skin, take a beauty blender and spray it. You're going to spray it, you're going to squeeze it and let it suck in a little bit, and then you're going to tap this first where you're the most oily. So if it's around your nose, bring that in. If it's up on your forehead, bring it in, but you are going to spread this everywhere. And I like using the beauty blender because it really gets everywhere that you need it. And it gives you a nice even coverage. With a spray, you know, it kind of goes unevenly and it's just the way that it is. All right. So we're going to set that setting spray on. You don't even need to sit and let it absorb. You're also going to want a good moisturizer that is silicone free. And I say that because silicone with creams is going to cause slipping. So hydrate your skin with a moisturizer. Let it sit for a good 20 minutes so that the moisturizer moisturizes your skin. That's what's key. A lot of people like to put on their moisturizer. I'm going to color correct while I talk. A lot of people really like to put their moisturizer on and then dig right into their makeup. They typically keep their moisturizer with their makeup. And the reason you want to put that on and let it sit is if you put your makeup on too soon after you've put your moisturizer on, it's gonna mix with your makeup. And you didn't put it on to go with your makeup. You put it on to moisturize your skin. And so we're just gonna put that on, give it the good 15 to 20 minutes. Put it by your sink. When you get out of the shower, moisturize your skin. It's nice to do it when your skin is already a little bit moist after the shower. I know people don't like that word. I don't mind it. And it's a good explaining word. So with that, you're going to let it sit. And then when you come do your makeup, grab that beauty blender, grab that Seint setting spray that is, again, amazing for dry skin. And then you're going to spray it and you're going to spread it. And I really believe that that's the best prep. You can go and get primers for dry skin, but our Seint setting spray is just so hydrating. It's good as your primer and it's great to set your makeup. All right, I'm gonna correct my under eyes because I like it. And then we're gonna dig in to the steps I say to take when you have dry skin. And it is going to be you using your Seint setting spray probably a little more than you even thought because it is such a great tool when you have dry skin. Don't disregard it because it says setting spray, okay? You're gonna use this to help you blend your makeup because with dry skin, sometimes it makes blending a little troublesome. I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the things that I talk to. Now, I have oily skin, so I use setting powder. But when I talk to people, I troubleshoot. Just because I don't have dry skin doesn't mean I don't know how to work with it because I've worked with you. When you have a question about your makeup, you're helping me. You're teaching me the way that I get on here and do tutorials with you. So help me, help you, and talk to me. Tell me what you're having issues with so we can find the solution and I can help more people. And then I have another reason to make another tutorial because we all know I like to make a good tutorial. All right, my skin is prepped. I've done my color correcting. If you're curious about color correcting, I have a bazillion tutorials about it, but also message me. Click the link in the description. Fill out the color match form and we can get you a customized palette. This is all my color correcting right here and then this is my face. Today I'm going to be using two blushes. I always do because I have problematic skin, but Saffron has been my favorite since the first date 3 years ago. I love it. And I'm going to pair it with Frenchie because again, I have problematic skin. Okay, blush and bronzer brush. This is the brush I really recommend with everyone because one, save $11. Get yourself a bronzer with it. It's basically free. When you buy a brush and you spend a couple more dollars and you get a bronzer, to me, that's basically free. So we're gonna go into our main highlight. When you're applying to dry skin, I want you to stamp this in to your makeup and I want you to don't be scared of creams. These are incredibly forgiving colors. So we're gonna swipe this down the face and you want this to look bad. You want this to look heavy because this isn't the only place it's gonna go. We're gonna be blending this out. With dry skin, you wanna put it on both sides of your face. Don't blend it, put it on, swipe it on, put it where you want it. I have problematic skin, so I bring mine a little higher up. We're gonna put this on in the general areas, okay? The warmth of our skin is gonna work this product. You're gonna take your setting spray and you're gonna spray your brush, okay? You're gonna spray your brush, get it a little bit damp, and then we're gonna blend it. And that's gonna help this makeup stay and blend. And then it moves easily over your skin. And because it's silicone free and it's meant to work with this makeup, you don't have to worry about it slipping. So we're just applying this and moving this everywhere we need just to even out the skin tones. This is the only area I need my main highlight, but this is the part where everybody's worried my makeup's not blending. I don't put any main highlight up here because it's already pretty decent. I don't have problems with my forehead. If you have acne or scarring on your forehead, take that main highlight and apply it. I don't need it there, so your main highlight just goes where you need it to even out those skin tones. I use June right now, and then I'm gonna go into my contour. This is Olive, and it's so good. I'm gonna switch to the detail brush. It's my favorite contour brush. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put this on the brush, and I'm gonna swipe this where it needs to be. Swiping where it needs to be, coming over here, putting my contour. We're essentially making the main points of a number 3. So I've put either side of my 3. We're gonna make that middle of the 3. So you're gonna bring it down, skip the temple, we'll blend it there. Come to your cheekbone, above the natural shadow, below the bone, and you're gonna bring in that middle of the 3. Same thing here, bringing it down to the middle of the 3. We're not blending these out, we're applying it. I like to stipple my contour on my cheeks because, again, I've got problematic skin. And so I'm showing you where, and you can swipe it, you can dab it. There's no wrong way to apply this makeup. Going in front of my earlobe, that bottom of the 3 right here. And I'm coming just a little bit above the underneath of my jawline, right there. But in front of the earlobe is key to structure it out. We're gonna spray our brush again. Just give it a little spray. It doesn't need to get wet, it just needs to be a little bit damp. We're gonna take that contour and we are going to, with very light touch, we're gonna blend it. You can use little circles, pushing towards that hairline. If you have fair skin or fair hair, light hair, really blonde, gray hair, you're gonna flick it like this. You don't wanna turn your hair another color. So get close to that hairline and just flick, and it won't change the color of your hair. Bring it down that temple, come into that cheekbone. Keep the angle of the brush with the direction you're going. Like a calligraphy pen, you know how it pushes thick if you don't rotate it? This is not your calligraphy pen. Pushing it, then coming down to finish that 3, pushing in front of that earlobe, and then bringing it down. Just like that. And look at how nice that looks. I'm under blending my cheek on purpose. You can also do this with your blush and bronzer. If it's still a little bit damp, you can use and just do small circles. So if you want a one and done brush, the blush and bronzer brush is a really good one. And then I'm tapping, bringing it down, coming in. I like to tap my cheeks, coming down in front of that earlobe and pulling it down. That's it. And it just creates this even skin tone. My neck and chest are always in the wintertime lighter than my face. We will address this. We will. All right, we're gonna go in and we're gonna do our bronzers. I'm gonna stay with this blush and bronzer brush. I'm gonna go into Bella, very creamy, blends really well. This is still a bit damp. So we're gonna go above the brow, leave this palette open, tap in. You want the lightest amount. It picks up really, really easily. And then we're gonna go above that contour, bridge it around the eye, drape it around. We're just gonna fluff it and we're gonna bring this down just like this, like a blush. I like to bring my bronzer down farther. If you don't want to do that, just tap it here and bring it up. Watch, we'll do it over here. Tap it onto the temple first, then go into your cheekbone and up, and you can just leave it up higher. And it does 2 very different things. I personally like the warmth on my face, especially in the wintertime. So we're bringing it up, that's it. Stamp it with that fluffy, but you can see it does 2 very different things. This side's a little differently structured. I like the roundness of a cheek, so I bring it down. If you keep it up higher, it obviously pulls up, and that's okay too. I'm gonna even this out now, but I really like having blush. If you want to have a little bit of lift and pull back, keep it up high. It's your face, do what you want. I'm gonna take this fluffy end, we're gonna go into that bronzer, and I'm gonna tap this across my neck. And this is what bridges my face to my neck and then down. If you're wearing a turtleneck or a hoodie, then skip this part because it will transfer. It's makeup, it's not magic. And if it transfers, you know it's living with your skin and it's not clogging your skin. Okay, let's do brightening. We're gonna use a small end of the detail brush. We're gonna go into brightening. I use Versailles, and I'm gonna put this right in the middle here. I'm gonna fan it out. I'm gonna come down the bridge of my nose, and I'm gonna hit my Cupid's bow, and I'm gonna hit right here on my chin. This is like a concealer, but this is also your foundation, and you want it to be a couple shades lighter, because look at how it just creates this reflecting light. And then I just pull it up and sweep it into that contour, and it blends together like a dream. I have a fully dimensional forehead, and I didn't need a main highlight. The days of turning your face one color are over. All right, we're gonna go to the big end. I'm gonna go into that contour. My brush is still a bit damp. We'll use damp since people hate the M word. And we are going to pop this on either side of our nose. Just make two really narrow lines, and then we're gonna blend it out, just like that. Grab a little bit more, and I'm gonna square it off, because that's how I like to contour my nose. And then you just bring it together. It's really easy. If you have a bump or a crooked nose, bridge your contour together, and then take this little end and make a straight line. I have a tutorial on it. It works really well, especially if you're just getting into contouring, because the nose can be a little bit tricky. Okay, blush. I have acne scarring, so I like to use Frenchie. It's this color right here, and I always put this on the apples of my cheeks, and this helps combat rosacea. This also helps with acne scarring. If you have melasma that sometimes your blushes can pull through, this is just an extra tool. Blush and bronzer brush. I'm gonna use Saffron. It's a bit of a denser, I think because of the pigmentation, it's a bit dense, but I'm gonna pick some up, and I'm gonna smile, and I'm gonna work up high, and I'm gonna bring it down into that Frenchie and up, flip it to the fluffy end, and give it all a good marrying together. I sometimes like to bring it up high. Isn't that pretty? I love a good pink pop on my cheek. I do. If you feel that this isn't quite as damp as it was, give it another spray, get it good and damp, and then you can put it on with a nice damp brush. Again, if you have dry skin, just dampen that brush with your setting spray. Not water, your setting spray, because it's gonna give it that hold that you want. Look at how pretty that is. And then you just use this fluffy end, just like that. Last, your under eyes. Some people have really dry under eyes. Creams are where it's at. Your traditional makeups are just drying it out. And so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this small end right here, and we're gonna go under the trough, and we're gonna pull up. We're gonna grab a little more, and we're gonna go right over here. This is gonna give our eye some lift. And then I'm gonna tap on my orbital bone to bring it together. Less is more. A lot of people think throwing more product on a spot is going to fix it. If you have maturing under eyes, if you have dry skin, more means more texture. More makeup is going to give you more texture, especially if you have dry skin under your eyes. So tap this on, and if you feel that it looks drying, spray your brush. I'm telling you, the setting spray is what you need to help with that dry skin. You're gonna tap over this and dampen it. We're gonna tap it across. You're gonna take your ring finger, and I want you to very lightly press under your eye. Your natural oils and the setting spray together are going to help camouflage that dry skin. But less is more. Look at how nice that brightening is under the eye. It's so good. So again, under the trough, we're gonna bring it up, grab a little bit more. You want a tiny, I mean, you can't even see that it's on my brush. And then flick up for lift, bridge together on that orbital bone, and then bring it up and blend it together. There's still a little bit of setting spray on here, so it's nice and damp. And we're just gonna tap this together, ring finger and tap it. Your ring finger is a solution, is part of the solution, and it just works it together. I'm gonna take a little bit of contour on the edge, get myself right here. But dry skin with this makeup is so beautiful. And once you find what works for you, and working with me helps. Again, I love to talk about this makeup and I like learning about it, especially when it comes to dry skin, because I don't have dry skin. All right, I'm gonna take, I like this color. You could tell because it's tiny. This is Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut. It's so pretty. It's a good neutral brown. Goes so well with every lip color you pick. Every lip color you pick. All right, we're on. And I'm gonna grab the new shade of the month, Tiger Lily, right here. It's really pretty. It is a satin finish. So I'm gonna tap this on. Look at how, ooh, I love this color. It's such a surprise because it looks scary and orange. And when you put it on, it just works with the tones of your lips. I'm gonna grab some balm and I'm gonna go over it because it's a satin, so it can look a little drying. It's not. Okay. It's just matte. And so you just take a little bit of balm. It's like a chapstick and it fits in your palette and it's small. It's not taking up a whole tin. Lip conditioners are bigger, so they take up more. That's why I like recommending the balm. All right. Grab your setting spray. Spray up. Let it fall. Take this fluffy end and press that setting spray in. We don't use the Beauty Blender at the end. I feel that if you put setting spray on the Beauty Blender at the end and press it around, it's gonna pick up too much makeup. So I like to spray on the face and then use this fluffy end to just press this in, and it just works like a dream. And plus this brush marries everything together for just a final, like, glorious finish. So that's my troubleshooting for dry skin. Message me if you have any questions and have a great day.